What's up, guys? So I just want to make a little video reviewing Yngwie's new album, Parabellum. It was overall a very enjoyable album to listen to. It was probably my favorite one since Spellbound. I really enjoyed that album as well, so I'm not really gonna go over song by song which one the intricate parts of each song. I just want to talk about like the totality of like the album and the things I overall liked about it. Everyone will have their own opinion on things, but just thought I'd share my opinion and views on the album and what I really enjoyed about it and what I look forward to seeing in the future. So I'd say the main title tracks I liked were Wolves at the Door, Relentless Fury, Parabellum, Eternal Bliss, God Particle. What other ones? Sea of Tranquility has like a bunch of crazy arpeggios in it, but yeah, the overall songwriting and just like the tone of the album I really enjoyed, especially compared to like some of the other ones. But it's just like an opinion of like what you like tonally. But the playing was really good in this whole album. Like his new style of playing, like people want him to play like how he did in the 80s all the time. They want him to do whatever they want him to do, but Yngwie's gonna do what Yngwie does. And that's what I love about him the most. He just does what he wants. And what he wants to do is play neoclassical music. And that's what this album is. It's a neoclassical, just straight up neoclassical album. And songs like Presto Vivace in C sharp minor is just starts right out of the gate with just this neoclassical bass background with his lead, the usual Yngwie kind of thing, but he has like this fire in this whole album that is really cool to hear. He'll do like these things where he just flies up, he'll be like, and then he'll fly down like a run and just, but like he'll jump from like different octaves like super fast and like this super fluid motion. And Yngwie's whole premise is to play very violinic, if that's a word. But like that's the way that's what he goes for, is trying to play like how a violinist sounds. And with how violins are tuned, they're tuned in fifths, so the intervals are just so far apart, and the notes will just be so far sounding apart from each other with how they go up and down when Vivaldi was doing his insane arpeggios and licks. And that's what kind of sounds like what Yngwie really has nailed these days. With his vibrato too, it sounds better than ever in my opinion. He will get like these partial harmonic bends, and it sounds so crazy, and they'll be so wide too. You'll be like, I can't do it like right off the bat like how he does, but he just does that on command, like super naturally. And he does that throughout the whole album. Obviously it's Yngwie's playing, he does what Yngwie does. And overall, I just really enjoyed the album. It was a lot of fun listening to. There would be moments where I'm listening to his solos and I'm just like, Jesus, like it's just crazy sounding. And guitar players today don't really sound like that still. He's still like on the top of his game at his age now. I'm not sure how old he is. I think he's like 58, 57, something like that. But he's still, playing at the top of his game. He has not slowed down at all. He's not afraid to be busting out licks that are just faster than ever. And that's the thing, he really is faster than ever. His licks will just be so crazy with the octaves they shift. It's like diddle boom, diddle boom. They sound just like that, like how I said it. But you know what I'm saying. It's really fun to listen to it, and he does that in this whole album. Especially his last album was like the blues-based cover, type of album. So it was nice to see him go back to what he does, best. Obviously, he created the style of neoclassical music. So at least in this manner, with the metal backing, with the metal drums and stuff like that. As far as vocally, my favorite songs were Wolves at the Door, Relentless Fury, and Eternal Bliss. Eternal Bliss is a ballad, and his voice sounds really good on pretty much all of these songs. I really enjoyed his voice and the way it fit in the mix. The one thing I do wish is if the enunciation of notes were like a little bit better, but like the way his voice tonally sounds, I thought it sounded really good. I just wanted to hear like a little more articulation in the voice, but I think it's just because he has so much reverb going on a lot of different instruments, it kind of gets covered up a little bit. But that's just like my opinion. It's not, you know, everyone has what they're looking for in music and songs. I'm trying to think what else in here. God Particle, that song does a callback to God of War and Spellbound. It's the same arpeggio section, but he has a different rhythm under it. But the whole song is really cool. He has like this melody that he does in it that God of War doesn't have, and it sounds really cool. I'm trying to think how it goes. Yeah, like I'm gonna play it right on the spot. But you get my point though. There's a really cool melody in God Particle that I really enjoyed. What else? Relentless Fury just has insane solos and the whole thing. Wolves at the Door, I think, is probably my favorite song out of all of them, if I had to pick one. I think just the songwriting in general and how it flows from start to finish is just right in the ballpark of what I like to hear. Nothing seemed to carry on too long. There weren't like extra solos. I mean, I wouldn't even call them extra solos. It's just, you know, sometimes like if I'm just like looking for like a song just on basis of its structure and how, you know, what makes a song, you know, good from start to end, I like things not being too long or too drawn out. But Yngwie's style though, that's what he does best, is just, you know, rip wicked solos for, you know, minutes straight. And that's why we listen to Yngwie, is because he is an amazing songwriter and his solos are insane and rip. So if I get to hear a long Yngwie solo, I am not going to complain at all. But but I'm just talking like in terms of song structure. I think Wolves at the Door was like, if you're gonna promote like a song, and that was his first song he put out, was that one. So like if you're gonna promote a song for the album, that would be like front to back the song I would have put to as like the starting single for the album. So Wolves at the Door is probably my number one pick. But like I said, all these songs are really enjoyable to listen to. The tone of the guitar was excellent. The fluidity of his playing, he sounds amazing, and I'm really happy he spent all the, oh, it's starting to play. I'm really happy he got to actually spend time on this album. And he was saying also that he hasn't spent this much time on an album since like Trilogy or something like that. So it was really cool to see him be able to sit down with an album and just crank something out and not have to worry about touring right away because of everything that has happened. So overall, amazing album. I hope you guys enjoyed this little rant video. Don't really know what structure I'm going to do for videos, but I think just like a natural way of just talking and hanging out is the way I kind of want to do it. I don't want something super edited. Like right now, it's new to just rant in front of a camera, so it'll get better over time. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and yeah, hope to see you guys in the next one. Whatever. All right, guys. See you in the next one.